Hey guys, welcome back to the last video of the Texas State Theory Test, grade 5. In this video, we're going to be doing questions 15, 16, and 17 because it ends on an odd number, so I'm just going to combine three questions into one video. So let's get started. Question 15 says, on the grand staff below, A, on both staffs, draw the key signature named above each measure. On both staffs, you have to do that. B, after the key signature, on the treble staff, draw the notes of the tonic triad, the 1 chord. After the key signature, on the bass staff, draw only the root of each tonic triad using whole notes. Okay, my goodness, that is a lot of work. But it shouldn't be too difficult. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to draw the key signature. Now G major, if you've already done the bonus question, right, you should know that the key of G major has 1 sharp right down here. C has 0, so the next one in the order of fifths going up is going to have 1 sharp. Now, if you know your silly sentence or the order of sharps, fat cats go down, alleys eating bugs, G major only has 1 sharp, so it's the first word of the sentence, fat. There you go. So we just need to draw a sharp on the F. Okay, so on both these staffs, we have to find F. Now there's 2 F's in the treble staff. Whenever you're drawing sharp key signatures, be sure to draw on the highest F. Always start on the highest F, not down here. We're not starting down there. We are starting up here, F. And then down here, find the highest F in the bass clef, and it is right here, F. So that's all we got to do there. Now let's move on to part B for this first one. After the key signature on the treble staff, draw the notes of the tonic triad, the 1 chord. So here, we have to build a snowman. So what we're going to do is we are in the key of G major, so we're going to start, our first note should always be on G. And then from G, we go up 1 note, or we go up 1, and then we go up another 1. And there's our chord. Start always, whatever the name of the key is, start on that note. So we're in G major, so we're going to put our first note on G and then build a snowman on top of it. And that's all you have to do. Okay, part C, after the key signature on the bass staff, draw only the root of each tonic triad, use whole notes. Okay, so again, they don't want us to build the entire snowman, they just want us to do the bottom of the snowman. So we have to find G, and any G will work. You could draw G down here, or you could draw G up here. It doesn't matter. Pick one and go with it. All we're going to do is we're just going to draw the bottom note. So just the bottom note in the bass clef, the full snowman in the treble clef, and the key signature in both clefs. That's all we're doing. Now let's move on to B flat major. Let's go over to the bonus question. B flat major has how many flats? Well, C has 0, so F will have 1, so B flat will have 2. Okay? What's the order of flats? It's the order of sharps backwards, or if you know the sentence, B-E-A-D, go catch fish, it's just B-E. So what we're going to do is we're going to find B, and then we're going to go up here to E. Okay? Now what some students will do is they will do a no-no. They will do B here, that's a good thing, and then they'll go down here to E. We don't do that. That's not how it looks. That's not how it's supposed to look. Make sure you go B low, E high. It always goes B first. B should be the low note, then the one after B is going to be higher, not lower than it. Okay, so we have B and E right there, and then we're going to come down here and do the same thing. We're going to draw B in the bass clef, and then another flat on E, and it should look the same. B is lower, E is higher, we're good. Now all we have to do is draw our snowman in the treble clef. So let's find a B right here. Every good boy. And then skip up. And then skip up. There it is. There's our snowman. Here in the base, we are going to draw just the bottom ball of the snowman. So find B, good birds, right here. And there you have it. That's all you have to do. Let's move over to E major. E major has how many sharps? Well, let's go back to our bonus question. Figure out how many sharps E major has. C has 0 sharps and flats. G has 1 sharp. D has 2 sharps. A has 3 sharps. E has 4 sharps. So we need the first 4 words in the silly sentence. Alright, and that would be fat cats go down. F, C, G, D. Alright, so always, when we're doing sharp keys, always start on the highest one. Fat, and then go down. Fat, cats, go down. Make sure it looks like that. It's not this. Fat cats go. That's not what we do. Alright, so here. Fat cats go down. Do the same thing in the bass clef. Start on the highest F. Good birds don't fly. F, fat cats go down. There you go. Fat cats go down. Alright, now we just gotta draw our snowman here. We're in E major, so our snowman's gonna start on E. Go up a skip, go up a skip, and there's our snowman. And then here in the bass, we are just going to do this on E. Perfect. And that's all of question 15. Let's move on to question 16. It says, write the number of the correct definition in the blank. One definition will not be used. You had this kind of same thing in the 4th grade test. The definitions here are just a little bit more involved. So number 1 says, the first note of a scale, scale degree 1, sometimes called the keynote. You should know that as the tonic. If you didn't know that, look up at question 14. It says, write the letter name of the tonic or keynote and dominant notes in the blanks. We already went over that. Tonic is the first, dominant is the 5th. Alright, so 1 is going to go here. Mark that out. Number 2, the 5th note of the scale. Hey, there it is, scale degree 5. The note a 5th above the tonic. Hey, look, they just kind of gave you the answer right there to number 1. Just saying, use what you got. Use what they give you. Number 2, dominant. Right there. Okay, now that one's marked out. Number 3, a term to indicate to repeat from a given sign. To repeat from a given sign. This one is in here. The key word, I know you're going to be thinking, well, it would be a repeat sign, wouldn't it? Nope. The key word is sign. Sign in Italian is segno. So, we're looking for that word. Dal segno. So that's number 3. From the sign. Okay? That's what it means. From the sign. Okay, number 4. The chromatic sign used to lower a note a half step. The chromatic sign used to lower a note a half step. That's actually not on here because we all know that would be a flat. So that one is the one that we're not going to be using. Alright, number 5. The distance on the keyboard from one key to the very next key. The distance... Oh, I almost got confused reading that. I was like, well, the distance from the keyboard from one key to the next key. But it's the very next key. So it's not an interval. It is a half step. Going from one key to the very next key. Okay. They're trying to trip you up. They're trying to see if you're paying attention. Alright, number 6. A repeated rhythmic or melodic idea, usually a short and very distinctive. I like to think of this from Beethoven's 5th Symphony, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. He does that little motif there about 120 times in the whole symphony. Actually, I think it's way more than that. I might be lowballing that by a lot. But anyway, it is called a motif or a motive. It is a short rhythmic idea that's repeated over and over and over again. So, Beethoven was master of the motif. And so was Bach, actually. But Beethoven studied a lot of Bach. But that's just music history. We're doing music theory right now. Number 7. A chromatic sign used in front of a note to change the note from what the key signature requires or from what has occurred previously in the measure. What? Oh, okay. A chromatic sign. A chromatic sign. Just remember that. A chromatic sign. You have 3 chromatic signs. You have sharps, flats, and naturals. But if it only occurs for one measure, it is called an accidental. Alright? So that's number 7. An accidental only happens once. It's not... Like, a chromatic sign would be in the key signature, but an accidental would be scattered throughout the piece to change from what the key signature actually tells you to play. Alright. Oops, number 7, gotta cross that out. 8, a walking tempo. You should know that. That's andante. I always like to think Dan is walking. Dan is walking. Andante. Number 9, a 2-note chord progression at the end of a phrase or section in the music. A 2-note chord progression at the end of a phrase. What's always going to happen at the end of a phrase is some type of cadence. Okay? If you remember, the reason we call it, the reason the end of a phrase is considered to be the end of a phrase is because there is a cadential chord progression. Okay? So, a cadence is always found at the end of a phrase. Alright, 2 more. Number 10, a line added above or below the 5-line staff to extend the staff. This was what question was this? This was question 4? Maybe 5? Where we had to do it an octave higher to add ledger lines or whatever. It's a ledger line. Number 10 goes right there. Alright, and number 11, the distance and pitch between 2 notes. You should know that from like 3rd grade. Interval. Okay, that's question 16. Move over to question 17. In the musical example below, circle the correct answer. The music in box A below should be performed, staccato or legato. So, right here, am I supposed to play that staccato or legato? If you don't know this, there's a problem. I have failed as a teacher if you're my student. You should know this. This is not a staccato sign. This is legato. Easy, easy, easy. Alright, and then it says circle a tonic triad in the example. Alright, so first, we need to figure out what key we're in. We have 3 flats. Let's go down to our bonus question. Figure out which key is going to have 3 flats. C has 0, F has 1, B flat has 2, E flat has 3. Alright. Alright. So we need to find a chord or a snowman, a triad, where E is on the bottom. Okay, so what do we have here? All cows eat. Oh, wait. E is on the bottom of this 3-note chord. I think we have a winner. This one wouldn't be it because B is on the bottom. This one wouldn't be it because B is on the bottom. Alright, so we need the tonic triad, and that is where it is. Okay, I am not doing the ear training in these videos. If you're my student, then we will do the ear training during your lesson as it gets closer to the time of the theory test. If you're not my student, then you should be asking your teacher to do the ear training. Alright, that's all I have for you in this one. I will see you in the next video.